Ladies and gentlemen, this is Pillar to Post. I am your host, Pete Wall, and are you ready for the bleach ride that is WrestleMania 33? Now, I want you to all do me a favor. I want you to hit that like button. If you are not a subscriber, please smash that subscriber button and continue to follow me here on YouTube. You can follow me on Twitter at Mordecai Fallon, and you can find me on Facebook. Just do a search of Pete G. Wall and you will find me. If you want, or if you're interested in any of my custom t-shirts, wearing one right now. It is a Circle of Steel brand. You can contact me on Facebook, or you can send me a personal email at steeldragon1234@hotmail.com. Now, today, as you see with the graphics, I am ready for WrestleMania. This will not be my prediction show. This is going to be my new show for the coming days. Well, what is it? 3-4 days that we've got before WrestleMania is here. So I will be using the graphics as you see. Today we're going to go on about news. Some news that popped up before WrestleMania is here. So how about we get into it? Got news on Mauro Ranallo, and he finally gives an update on his Twitter and says he's stronger. We've got Goldberg opening up on his feelings and how miserable he's doing during his current run here in WWE. What a sorry sack of shit that motherfucker is. We're also going to be talking about Goldberg on opening up talks of working more dates after WrestleMania. A little bit contradictory there, you little fucking bastard. And we are also going to talk about indie wrestler Rude Boy Riley. Some pretty bad shit going on there. And also JBL and his comments towards Mauro Ranallo. And are those the issues that are likely for Mauro Ranallo's current absence? See, anything else? We've got Randy Orton talking about Undertaker versus Roman Reigns being, or that it should be, the last match of WrestleMania 33. So, we've got Randy Orton believing that the dead man should go on last. And in a way, I kind of have to agree. He is the legend in the locker room. He is the most loyal wrestler that WWE has had in many years, maybe the longest. So I think he has earned that right. I just wish he wasn't going against Blowman Reigns. But we're going to open this up with Mauro Ranallo's story. So March 28th marked the third consecutive week WWE announcer Mauro Ranallo was away from his job as the play-by-play voice of SmackDown Live and 205 Live. It was the first time the company didn't call attention to it on either broadcast, but also the first since Ranallo had updated fans about his situation via Twitter, and Mauro's friend Bass Rutten confirmed his absence was related to the ongoing mental health issues Ranallo's spoken about throughout his career. So, we all know, and if you follow Mauro Ranallo, we all know he's been battling depression as well as bipolar. He is bipolar. Two mental health issues that can really wreak havoc on a man or woman, whatever the case may be. Article goes on to say, this afternoon, the Canadian sent out another tweet indicating he's thankful for the outpouring of support and that he's doing better. Sadly, it seems like he'll miss the first WrestleMania of his WWE career, but sounds like he's doing the right things to ensure he'll be around for many more. This is one of Ranallo's Twitter posts. Feeling love from everyone. I am stronger. I want to wish my WWE family another amazing WrestleMania. Keep up the good fight. Hashtag mental health. And that was tweeted March 29th, 2017 at 4:42 p.m. All I can say is he is the best commentator that WWE has currently, and I am hoping we see him back on television soon. I really hope eventually they will smarten up and get rid of JBL and Otunga. I think more Ranallo as well as Tom Phillips will make a better team, just the two of them, rather than having 4 members of the commentators booth. Gonna move into the Goldberg story and listen to this sad sack of fucking shit whine and complain. He has been away from the business for 15 fucking years, and he goes on to the Edge and Christian podcast and whines like a fucking bitch. And yet he has milked the WWE for millions of dollars. And this is your new Universal Champion. Fuck you. What's the story? Well, the inaugural episode of ENC's Pod of Awesomeness, that is Edge and Christian's Pod of Awesomeness, featured WWE's resident beast slayer, Goldberg. The WWE Universal Champion spoke about his current run with the company and how his body was coping with the change in his workout routines. In case you didn't know, Goldberg's return to the WWE was met with unmatched enthusiasm last year. The WCW veteran returned to the WWE after a span of 12 years, sorry, I said 15, and brought an aura of realism with him. And I wonder what that aura of realism was. For a man to only be able to last a total of 3 minutes in 2 matches. Give me a fucking break. Aura of realism. What the fuck? His match with Brock Lesnar was billed as fantasy warfare. Yes, it was all built around the 2K17 WWE game. And we all know how crappy that game turned out to be. What started out as speculation over a video game turned out to become one of the most hyped matches of the modern era. Only hyped by McMahon and the hard-on he's got for these 2 men. Goldberg then silenced his critics when he mauled Lesnar in just over a minute at Survivor Series to send shockwaves out into the world of pro wrestling. No, it was not stunned shockwaves that we were experiencing. It was complete hatred for the creativeness and McMahon's willingness to shill out millions of dollars to bring a 50-year-old man back to the business and just turn a already worthless title into a complete waste. Now, Goldberg revealed that he had been working out like a machine for his WWE return. He pointed out that his daily routine is comprised of eating, training, and going to the bathroom several times a day. Wow. He's really open about himself. He goes, and these are quotes directly from Goldberg. He goes, "I am nothing but a machine now. I get up in the morning, I eat, I train, I eat, I go to the bathroom about 20 times intermittently throughout the day because I'm shoving 15 to 20,000 calories in my body and it doesn't know what's going on. At 50 years old, it has no idea." Goldberg stated that he had been away from the business for so long that he had forgotten his entrance. The man behind wrestling's longest unbeaten streak revealed that he pulled a hamstring while doing his trademark kick during his entrance. Goldberg also drops massive hint on his WWE future. Goldberg divulged that he was miserable during his current WWE stint. He pointed out that his training sessions and Muay Thai workouts would leave him bloated and sore for days on end. However, Goldberg made peace with the fact that his suffering was worth it as long as his family was enjoying watching him present his craft in the ring. Now, I don't know what his family's watching, but they've been allowed to see him wrestle for a total of 3 minutes at 2 pay-per-views. You know, as a guy that always wanted to be a wrestler, and I had that chance to come back to a craft I enjoyed and loved, the hell I would complain on some podcast about having to train and eat more and do all the things you have to do to be in shape, to be in good health for the craft you love. All Goldberg did on the ENC pod of awesomeness was make himself look like a bitch. And this is your Universal Champion. Now I'm going to follow this up with another story on Goldberg open to working more dates after WrestleMania. Very contradictory to the article I just read you. I don't know what the hell this guy's problem is. It is probably age. A little bit senile. So one minute he's crying and complaining that his body's hurting. He actually knocked himself out on one of the episodes of Raw doing his entrance. He does his infamous headbutt to the door of his locker room before leaving. On that very long entrance of his, he actually knocked himself out and came out and flubbed his lines. He admitted this himself. So, I think it's time you hang up the fucking boots. But, we're going to go into the story. Since his comeback, Goldberg has been on a rampage. Okay? He has received a monster push by the WWE and is the reigning WWE Universal Champion. On a recent edition of the Ross Report podcast with the Hall of Famer Jim Ross, Goldberg discussed a number of things, including his match at WrestleMania, the way WWE Universe treats Roman Reigns, and his future plans. In case you didn't know, Goldberg is the current Universal Champion and is set to face the Beast Incarnate. Oh, I'm pretty sure we know. We just don't care. Set to face the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, at the grandest stage of them all. All of his matches have been short affairs since his return. In his first singles match, he squashed Lesnar at Survivor Series in 86 seconds. I believe it was a little past 90. And at Fastlane, he defeated Kevin Owens for the Universal Champion within half a minute. It was a little over 20 seconds. Goldberg's physical involvement on television has been minimal and the debate of his in-ring credentials has grown since he hasn't put on a classic match ever since his comeback. Goldberg also opens up on his feeling miserable during his current run with the WWE. The heart of the matter on the Ross Report, Goldberg said that it is very difficult to maintain the shape that he is in at his age. Goldberg has mentioned on several occasions that the wish to perform for his wife and son has served as motivation for him to make a comeback to wrestling. He said that he's willing to all the sacrifices. Wow, this fucked up article. He's willing to continue with all the sacrifices and continue to perform further for his family. Though Goldberg has just participated in 3 matches since his return, he said that he will be happy to work more dates after Mania, if WWE gives him the chance. He further said that his current run has to lead him to believe that you can never say never in wrestling. No, you can never say never in wrestling. And that's been proven over time. But you want to whine and bitch and moan about what you have to do to be here in the WWE. And then you go on to say, but I'd like to do more time after Mania. Well, honestly, as a viewer, me, I don't want to see you after WrestleMania. I really don't. For nostalgia's sakes, yes, it was nice to see you come back. It should have only been for the one match. And that's what it was supposed to be. But money grabbing hands got what they wanted, and you are on our TV. So, as for WrestleMania, I say get ready for the bleach ride for the Brock Lesnar and Goldberg match. We already know who's going to win. We already know. There are some rumors circulating that he might continue on his current run. And the possibilities, as a surprise, Goldberg could continue to be the Universal Champion. But I highly doubt that, and I'm not going to go ahead with that rumor. Indie wrestler Rude Boy Riley arrested for illicit content involving children. Now, I first heard about this on Out of Nowhere with Joe Cronin and JD from New York 206. And I just kind of went, wow. So I did my research and I found some articles, and it's like, my God, someone in the public eye, especially when it's wrestling, and you're into this kind of bullshit. Not good. You basically fucked your career. You pissed it goodbye, so bye-bye. So the story is, Pro Wrestling Sheet reported that independent wrestler Rude Boy Riley has been arrested on suspicion of possessing child pornography. He was taken in custody earlier today after a search warrant was granted based on a report by the New York Post. Riley's family told the New York Post that they had no comment on the controversial subject. In case you didn't know, Rude Boy Riley is 28 years old and has been wrestling professionally since 2015 and has worked for promotions such as Full Impact Pro and Evolve. He also had a little, he had a tryout for NXT as well. I believe that is in the article. It should be. According to Pro Fight Database, he has a total of 10 professional matches in his career, including 2 against Impact Wrestling star Moose. Rude Boy Riley had a tryout with the WWE last month alongside former Impact Wrestling knockout Lee Tapa? I don't know. With the police having enough evidence to obtain a search warrant, his chances of signing up with the WWE have pretty much disappeared. Well, no fuck. Riley's arraignment is currently pending, so there are no further details in regards to a trial or a bond yet. He was scheduled to wrestle for Punk Pro Wrestling on Friday, but the promotion released a statement saying that he's being pulled from all future events and had nothing more to say on the issue. Yeah, this guy has clearly pissed his career away. For one, child pornography. Give me a break. I don't know how any adult, I don't care how old you are, I don't care what you do for a living, I don't care if you're poor, you're, middle class, or if you're filthy fucking rich. No adult should be looking at a child in that kind of way. I've got 3 of my own. And if anyone looked at them that way, I'd probably commit homicide. I don't know what the hell is wrong. If there is a circuit in their mind that's broken or, you know, unplugged, I don't know how they can look at children this way. This guy needs to be blackballed from all wrestling. Independent and everything. Just blackball him. Now, I don't really want to talk about that because that shit just bothers the fuck out of me. He clearly pissed his career away and he doesn't need to be spoken of any further, in my point of view. My next article has to do with Mauro Ranallo and JBL. And JBL's comments about Mauro Ranallo are the likely cause of his current absence. We all know how WWE has this, you know, anti-bullying policy. You know, they do all these anti-bullying campaigns and that. And this kind of has to do with that. Now, animosity in professional wrestling is not at all that common or uncommon. However, it may be a little less common when it comes to the relationship between the commentary team. Unfortunately, it seems like some things that JBL has said to Mauro Ranallo may be the cause for his current absence from the company, as reported by the most recent Wrestling Observer newsletter. In case you didn't know, Mauro Ranallo has been the play-by-play announcer for SmackDown Live since January 2016, when he took over those duties as the show premiered on the USA Network. JBL became Mauro's co-commentator after the WWE draft of 2016. Since JBL moved to the SmackDown announce team, he has been notorious for getting on Mauro's case in regards to his pop culture references and activity on Twitter. Mauro Ranallo has missed the last 3 weeks of SmackDown Live and 205 Live. It was revealed in previous edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter that the reason for Mauro's absence is because he is currently battling a bout of depression. According to the latest edition of the newsletter, Mauro's current bout with depression may be due, in part, to JBL constantly berating Ranallo. The situation between the two commentators escalated shortly after Mauro tweeted about winning the Wrestling Observer newsletter Announcer of the Year award. Rumors suggest that Mauro's tweet about the award bothered JBL, who later brought that particular situation up on an episode of Bring It to the Table. Dave Meltzer also believes that JBL said something about it to Mauro privately. Mauro Ranallo hints at missing WrestleMania, and fans thought the comment from Bring It to the Table was just JBL keeping up with his character tendencies. However, that was apparently not the case, and that segment may have contributed to Mauro's current bout of depression. Meltzer also indicated that that this puts WWE in a sticky situation when Mauro returns to WWE, as JBL treating Mauro the same way could lead to another bout of depression. Bass Rutten, who is a good friend of the podcast co-host with Mauro, has mentioned JBL on social media many times. Okay, this is the tweet I found. He goes, at Mauro Ranallo, I'm flaming those a-holes. JBL, whatever his name is, not you, my friend. Oh, and he's replying to this Dearth17. All I said is Mauro Ranallo is a great announcer. Why is Bass Rutten flaming me? So Bass Rutten returned and said, I'm not flaming those. I'm flaming those a-holes, as in JBL, whatever his name is, not you, my friend. And he later tweets, oh no, that was the only tweet. And it is believed that JBL's comments about Morrow have hit a very sensitive nerve in this situation. What's next? A return date is not set for Mauro Ranallo as of this time. Like I said earlier, they need to get rid of JBL. If you sit there and listen to the way he speaks, he tries so hard to be current and relative that he uses phrases that make him look like an idiot. If you listened on SmackDown this last week, he was speaking about Shawn Michaels joining the broadcast table for the pre-show. And instead of saying Heartbreak Kid, he called him Heartbreak Shizzle. Give me a fucking break, man. Try harder to be an actual commentator than a fucking retard. Now, wasn't sure if I was going to talk about this at all. I found an article. Randy Orton did a interview and says that he believes Undertaker and Roman Reigns should go on last at WrestleMania 33. They should be the main event. Now, although I agree that Undertaker should be the main event, my dog's making weird noises. Although Undertaker should be the main event at any WrestleMania, this match just has not had anything to build up to a main event WrestleMania match. This is all about the yard. Roman says it is his yard now. Undertaker's old. He's broken. You know, it's time to pass the torch. And Undertaker says he's still relevant. He's still the big dog. It is completely senseless. For a storyline heading into WrestleMania 33, this is all they could think of. Now, I understand that Undertaker has been battling a lot of nagging pains. He is due for a hip surgery. He needs it. And speculations are this could very well be Undertaker's last year. So if you look at it that way, if it will be his last year, yes, he should go on in the main event. I believe if this was his last year, he should go down as the loser, but Reigns should go down or walk out of WrestleMania as the major heel of the company. I actually, before I'm going to start this one, I actually seen another article where Triple H says, if you look at the way the fans receive Roman Reigns, and why are you asking to turn him heel? He is already heel. No, he is a baby face being shoved down everyone's throat, and we don't want it. That is why we want you to turn him heel. We want you to turn him heel so he has a chance to go on to become great. You look at anyone in the past, you can go back as far as you want. Every wrestler has gone through a stage. Look at his relative, cousin, in fact, The Rock. He came in as Rocky Maivia. He had that little fucking floppy mop hair going, and the fans hated him. He came in as this smiling little goof. The fans did not relate, and they let him know. What happened? He went heel. And he started gathering up that hatred, and it was a good hatred towards him. It was a good heel move. And he reinvented himself. He became The Rock. And as his mic skills built up, as his wrestling built up, the fans became to love him. That's what Roman Reigns needs to go through. this should be the match that does it. Will it? Probably not. So, with WrestleMania 33 in Orlando just days away, Yahoo Sports interviewed Randy Orton on a number of topics regarding the event. Aside from giving an insight into his own career, Orton also said that he believes Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker should close out the show. Randy Orton is no stranger to WrestleMania main events, Roman Reigns, or The Undertaker. So he has immense credibility when talking about this topic. Orton went on last in the main event of WrestleMania 25 against Triple H and WrestleMania 30 against Batista and Daniel Bryan. He was an Undertaker victim at WrestleMania 21 and faced off against Roman Reigns at SummerSlam in 2014. Let's see. Orton says Taker is going to face Roman Reigns, and that's going to be a good one. I honestly believe that should be the last match on the card. I think everybody will be happy with the outcome of the match. I expect The Undertaker to throw Roman Reigns around like a rag doll. Roman Reigns is going to get his, but at the same time, this is The Undertaker we're talking about. Randy also shared his thoughts on Undertaker's longevity and whether or not this year will be his last WrestleMania. Orton says, will Undertaker be around after this? If this is his last one and there's speculation, all I can say is I hope not. Whether it was 20 years ago or today, when it comes to the ring and the gong hits and the music plays, the energy in the arena, it's not like that for anyone else. I don't care if it's Cena, Shawn Michaels, or whoever. It's a different kind of energy, and he's got more respect from the fans than I think any character or superstar has ever had in our business. Okay, nothing has been set in stone thus far regarding what will close WrestleMania 33 on Sunday. Rumors are it will be Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. When a major star talks about it, though, you listen. Randy Orton is a high-profile performer for the WWE, and it's important that he's thrown this out there as the possible true main event, especially since Orton has his WWE Championship match against Bray Wyatt to consider. So, what are your thoughts? Should Undertaker be closing WrestleMania? My eyes, if this is his final WrestleMania, yes. If it's not, if he does go on to WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans next year, then I think that should be his last match in New Orleans, and he retires, and that is his main event, his final main event at WrestleMania. This year, if he is not retiring, this match has not evolved into an organic storyline. It was thrown together haphazardly, last minute. It wasn't really given that much of a push. So, even the purist in me wants to say, even for a retirement match, this shouldn't be it. It should be someone else. It should be a storyline worked out and drawn out into a good storyline, into a farewell storyline, where everyone can actually look at the match and say, that was a great match for his final match. We all know Undertaker is battling serious pain issues with his hip and other health issues because of his many years in the ring. He does need a hip replacement very badly, and he said it, once he has his hip surgery, he's done. So if he goes for his hip surgery after WrestleMania, well, this could be his last match. And I would hate to see that. I honestly would. I'm a huge Undertaker fan. I followed him since his first day in. I may have missed a few WrestleManias because I just couldn't handle the way wrestling has gone. But to say farewell in a Roman Reigns match, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I would want to see that. But that's my opinion. Now, I'm going to be trying to dig up as much news as I can going into WrestleMania. We only have a few days left. This is it for today. And I will be covering NXT TakeOver Orlando, as well as WrestleMania, the before show, or whatever the fuck it's called, the pre-show. I'll be watching all of that, as well as WrestleMania itself, and I will be bringing you the results, my reaction, and complaints, if there is any. There will probably be a lot. I might need a big bottle of bleach sitting here while I'm watching, and I might just be too sick to actually report how bad WrestleMania 33 was. But I will anyway. So you guys have a good day, and I will be seeing you very soon. Remember, hit that subscribe button, also the like button, leave a comment if you would, and I will be seeing you very soon. Have a good day.